take out your pins. As long as you have your map, you know what you need on here. How was it out? How was it?
Nice.
Very windy? I think we're getting our March winds now.
I saw some snow flurries.
You saw a snow flurry?
Mm-hmm. I think it's supposed to snow next week, is what I heard. Or soon. The next 2 days. Supposedly.
Okay. There's my map. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the dot is in the same place as in the back of the skirt. This is the front here. This is my back. Check that first. Okay, it's perfect. So I'm going to find the center of my dot. Divide the dot in half. And you're going to measure from the waist at center back, where you mark the dots for the waist, to the center of the dot. Whatever that measurement is, duplicate it at the vanishing point, like that. Then connect that grain line. The dot is on straight grain. Can you see?
Yes.
If anybody can't see, please don't be shy about coming up here, you know? And then you could see exactly what I'm doing. Then I'm going to connect each dot leg like this. I have my dot in. In order to complete my waistline, I have to draw my dot in. The next thing I'm going to do is I want to make sure that my shoulder dot is angled, excuse me a minute, my shoulder dot is angled to my waist dot. So what I'm going to do is from the first dot leg on the shoulder, I'm going to draw a line through to my vanishing point of my waist dot. This will ensure that my dot is going to be angled to my waist dot. Do you all understand what I just did?
The first leg, right?
Now the next step is that dot on the shoulder cannot be longer than 3 inches in length. So I'm going to make sure that the vanishing point is no longer than 3 inches in length. Mark it. Then join the other dot leg, and remember it should not be more than a total of 1/2 of an inch in depth. Then join the other dot leg. See, now it's angled to here. Okay. Then I'm going to join the dots at the waist, at the bottom of the tape. Just join that. Let's go to the neck now. The back neck is not dropped, so just join all the dots. Keep it on straight grain at center back for 1/4 of an inch, and join all of the dots, keeping it on straight grain at center back. I'm going to check a measurement now. Check your measurement from the plate to the drop, not the drop, to the bend at the waistline. I've just checked my measurement. Okay. So at the waist, you have to drop it 1/4 inch to coincide with the front. Then, in order to complete the waist, I have to crease the first dart leg that's closest to center front and pin it over the second dart leg, because the excess of the dart for the back faces center back. So place a pin there and a pin at my vanishing point and pin the rest of this into place. Now I'm going to the shoulder. Take your armhole curve and do the curve on your shoulder this way, then turn it around and do the curve the opposite way to the armhole ridge from the shoulder, like this. Okay. The next step is on the armhole for about an inch and a half. Keep the armhole on straight grain. Then take your armhole curve, 1.5. That is so that when the person walks away from you, you don't see a gouged out armhole in the back. Then you're going to take your armhole curve and hold it like that. Then you're going to join your right here, right under the plate, and the side seam intersection to the drop at the waist. And I'm going to take this off temporarily because I want to make sure that the armhole length from the drop, it's 1 inch down and 1/2 out, that it's exactly the same front and back, the length. So this was my original, right under the plate and side seam intersection. And this is my drop. Mark it. Then come out 1/2 inch out, reconnect to the drop, and drop the armhole to the drop. Like that. exactly the same. Yeah. All right, now, the next step is you're going to close the dart on the shoulder, the first dart leg, bring it over to meet the second dart leg. Pin it on the shoulder. Pin it at the vanishing point. The excess faces center back. The seam allowance around the neck is 1/2 inch. The seam allowance on the shoulder is 1 inch. The seam allowance around the armhole is 1 inch because in case, as I said before, you make a mistake, you have leeway to fix it. And this, do not cut this off because it has to be balanced. Continue the waist from the front into a downward curve. Allow 1 inch seam allowance at the waist. Cut away the excess muslin. Now we're going to get this back on and balance the side seam. I'll tell you what you can do before you get it on. I want you to line up the shoulder darts exactly with the front and crease the shoulder seam. Line up these shoulder darts and ease in the ease for the back shoulder. Back shoulder always gets pinned over the front shoulder because of the ease that you allow there due to the shoulder blade. Ease this in. See the ease? Ease it in. This isn't hindering. Let me adjust this.